Have you ever been in front of the class or with students that just won't sit still? Like you've tried everything and nothing seems to working. So you resort to that four-letter word that none of us like, but all of us have tried. Yeah, you yell. Yell. It's the least effective method, but one we've all tried before. Well, I want to share with you a couple reasons, 6 actually, tips, tricks, tactics that you can use to move from yelling to classroom control without losing your mind. Here we go. Remember this: calm authority usually beats yelling. Like, yelling usually backfires. Kids either get scared, they ignore you, or your yelling prompts their anger. The real secret is a calm, confident voice. When you model self control, well, then that encourages kids to do the same. You model the energy that you want from them. So, if you need something to get their attention because the noise is so loud that they can't even hear your confident tone, here's a few suggestions. First of all, drop a little pause before you speak. That pause is magic. It makes kids pay attention. It gives you time to collect your thoughts so you don't start yelling out of frustration. It sounds small, it sounds simple, it's just a pause. But oh man, it works. Number 2, we've all tried this, but remember, lights, very easy tactic. Turning off the lights, all of a sudden, they all look up. What happened? Yeah, turning off the lights, super simple tactic to get everyone's attention. Number 3, classic teacher move here. Do the old call and response. So you say 1, 2, 3, eyes on me, and the kids repeat 1, 2, eyes on you. Train them once or twice, and it will repeat it over and over and over again. I've seen it work in my Sunday school, and it will work in yours. It's an old classic teacher trick, but the classics are classics for a reason. They work. Secret number 2, address the behavior, not the whole class. So picture this. One kid is throwing crayons across the room, and suddenly you're punishing the entire class for this one kid's actions, while they secretly plot revenge. Well, collective punishment is a huge mistake. It literally breeds resentment. Worse, it encourages kids to figure out a way around the rules. What you should do instead is call out the behavior and give that student a gentle reminder. For instance, you could maybe go over to their desk and say, hey, let's just keep our pencils on the table. Or one of my favorites is just continue talking, continue control of the class, and walk by and just grab the pencil and take away the distraction. When a kid realizes they don't have control of the class because of their disruptions, after a while it just takes away their power. And they no longer feel the need to disrupt everything you're trying to do. Small corrections keep the classroom calm and keep your confident voice intact. Secret number 3, set great expectations. Now, as a teacher, I have to admit, this is not my strong suit, but let's dive into it anyway. Have you ever heard the phrase, your kids will give you what you seem to expect, or your kids will become what you tell them they are? That might seem like an exaggeration to you, but it's the truth. Kids absorb expectations both directly and indirectly, aka by your behavior. So this is why when you expect the best of them, you let them know that you expect that by maintaining it, right? So at the beginning of the class, you say, our classroom, you need to raise your hand in order to speak. And then, if you are like me, you end up calling on kids who literally do not raise their hand, who are just excited to answer, and you've immediately demolished the expectations you initially set. So, set the expectations and then hold them to it. Only call on kids who raise their hand. If you have a crisscross applesauce rule, then only call on kids who are sitting crisscross applesauce. When you set expectations and then you manage your class by those expectations, well, that sets a whole different standard for your classroom. And here's the best part. You can let the kids help you create the rules. Yeah, so instead of you just being the rule giver who defines every single rule of the class, let the kids help you. That way they're not just the rule breakers, they're the rule makers. So I encourage you, set and then keep great expectations. Tip number 4, give short instructions plus action cues. Please don't spend 5 minutes giving instructions. Adults will barely pay attention and kids definitely won't. So keep your instructions really, really short. And then give action cues. Like for instance, 1 finger for 1 minute, or use a clap pattern, or use a call and response. Simple things to keep everyone engaged. Think short pieces plus action, not long explanations. If you have little kids and you're telling them, now what you should do, kids, is you should get in a straight line. That's not going to work. But if you put down little green pieces of paper and tell the kids that they're frogs and all the frogs need to get on a lily pad, well, that's a whole different scenario entirely. All right, short instructions plus action cues equals classroom control. Number 5, manage energy. Do not fight it. You don't expect your cat to love taking a bath in your tub. So likewise, don't expect kids to sit perfectly still for an hour. They're just not made for it. If you're going to fight that energy, you are going to lose. So, plan for movement in your lesson. Do not plan a 15-minute dialogue. Plan for short commentary followed by marching or clapping or some energetic movement. Plan ahead that the kids will want to move. In order to keep their attention, you have to keep them active. They're not going to sit there for an hour while you lecture them. They're not college students. They're 7-year-olds, all right? So if you have kids bouncing off the wall, then have them all stand up and march in place. Even simple things. I mean, maybe even marching isn't a part of your story, but an action like that might just keep their attention. And lastly, number 6, give them connection, not just rules. Think about your favorite teacher growing up. It probably wasn't a teacher with the most strict rules or the best classroom control. It was probably the teacher who made some attempt or in some way had a personal connection with you. So before class, ask the kids a question. Ask them their favorite color. Ask them what they did this week. Ask them about their pet snake. Ask them, like last week in Sunday school, I asked the kid what they were doing. They were moving houses, and he was very excited about swimming in his new pool. Get to know the kids and connect with them personally. Because when a teacher becomes somewhat of a friend, when there's a personal connection there, that changes the dynamic of a classroom. So get connected to kids. Don't just become the almighty teacher with all the rules. Connect with them. Relate to them as people, as a friend. You might be surprised how that affects even the most distracting classroom behavior. Hey, pro tip, go after the kid that's causing the most trouble and determine to make that kid your friend. I bet you'll love the results. So there you have it. 6 secrets to a calm classroom without yelling. You have calm authority, addressing behavior individually, setting expectations early, using short instructions and action cues, managing energy, and building connection. Do these things and you'll be saving a lot of money on cough drops. No more yelling. Your voice stays intact, your stress goes down, and the kids actually listen. You're gonna love teaching those little humans like a superhero without turning into the Hulk. I'm Nathan from Better Bible Teachers. Thanks for teaching kids God's Word.